finally doing my first YouTube video because it's my first one. I know I look weird. I'm gonna do my makeup in a few. Not because I feel ugly without makeup, it's just because I just do makeup. So, hello everyone. This is kind of weird, but I'm gonna feel comfortable enough that I know I'm going to grow in making videos and feeling comfortable talking to you guys. And I just want to start by saying God bless to everyone. Love you all. What I'm going to be saying is a testimony that happened to me a couple years ago. But before I start, let's do the transformation. So here I am back. Alright, so my testimony is that first thing is first. I was a bad child, like disobedient. I would always not do what my mom would tell me to do and stuff like that, right? So, and one day my mom wrote a letter for me, and it was from God, and it was saying, basically warning me that something bad was gonna happen to me if I didn't start focusing on Him and obeying my parents. So knowing me, I didn't kind of believe in that, and like I know who God is, but like I never had a relationship with Him or like an encounter, so I didn't know if that was true or not. So like, you know, I wasn't gonna believe in it. So what happened was, to get to my school where I used to live, the school bus ride was 30 minutes. And I would get there, sometimes I would go to McDonald's. It was just like around down the street around there, and you all know that you're not supposed to get off school grounds during the school day, especially if you get dropped off. You're not supposed to leave, you know. But I was hungry that day and I had some money, so I just left by myself with my headphones, made sure nobody saw me. Then there was a group of friends I'm not supposed to be hanging out with. They said, hey, can we walk with you? And I was like, alright, you guys can walk with me. And I made a big mistake, because as we were walking, they were rolling up, you know, ready to whatever, and they let me do a little puff. But I used to do it, but it never did any effect on me. I guess I was doing it wrong, and I don't know what it was, but it would never affect me. We're walking, and you know, the smell stays on you. So we go to McDonald's. I get my 2 hash browns, my caramel frappe like I always do. We started walking back to school. So when we started walking back to school, go inside the office, try to get a late bus pass. The principal shows up and says, come to my office, you 4, I believe it was. I was like, I'm busted. I'm going home. I don't know. I was mad, but you know, I wasn't supposed to be doing, first, leaving school grounds, 2, smoking. So they started doing, you know, the drug test. They made me close my eyes, face forward and count to a whole minute, I think it was. And I guess I wasn't supposed to be like moving back and forth. So they kept trying to like get us to say that we were smoking, and nobody wouldn't say nothing. I was just with my mouth shut. Then somebody that was high, he wasn't thinking straight, so he said, yeah, we did it before going to McDonald's. So we all got busted, and I got sent home. Remind you, for me to get home is 30 minutes away. I know that I called my mom to come pick me up. She was gonna whoop my behind. So they gave me a DART pass. That's their public transportation. And I had to take 2 buses because how come it was so far away? It had to take me to like the city, and then the city had to take me home. I was like, you know what, crew, I'm not going home. What y'all doing? So they were like, all right, let's keep blowing. So we went back to McDonald's. And we were supposed to. My mom on somebody's phone. And of course, she was yelling at me, telling me that I have to be back home, that I better hurry up, that I'm in trouble, grounded. To me, being grounded was nothing new. So to me, I didn't even care. I still stayed there hanging out with those crew people. So we kept checking the time, and then one left. He had to go home. It was around 6:30, I believe, at night. So then another one left, and then I was just me and my friend. He was a boy. Then his dad called him, and he had to walk back home. So they left me there alone, and it was around 7. So I see somebody coming out the public bus. As they're walking into McDonald's, I asked them, hey, what time is the last bus? And he tells me that the bus is about to come, so I better hurry up and go catch it. As he's telling me that, I'm saying thank you, and I look outside, and the bus is getting there. I grab my school bag, start running. The street was kind of confusing to explain, so I drew it for you instead. And how come I'm not a good drawer, I'm gonna use squares. Let's get started. So this is the bus, and this is a car, and that's a car, right? So I was running over here. I get to run over here because there was no cars here. So these cars, I saw them coming on their way. I didn't see this car. I saw this one. So I get like kind of in the middle of the street, so he can see me that I have to catch the bus. So he stops, and as I'm running here, this car decides to pull over as I'm running here. And I'm right here, and the car is right here, right? So it hits me. It was an old lady. As I was running and I like stood there and saw that the car was coming, there was no way for me to not get hit. I was like, do I just stand here and get hit and like I'm gonna get hit? Do I try to run and get my foot ran over? Because I never had a cast in my life. So, I stood there. And as I was staring at her, she was on her phone. A freaking old lady. At least around her 50s, or not even that, because she looked really old. Like, old. I'm going to use this as a demonstration. So, this is her car and this is me, right? She hits me, but the impact was so hard that it, like, pushed me in the air a little bit. But as it was pushing me in the air, it made me fall to the floor. So it went like this. So when that happened, I hit the floor like at least 3. My head just banged on the cement floor, right? I have the evidence. I don't think you can see clearly. It's like this little patch thing right there. So yes, it did leave a scar. But anyways, so when I'm laying on the floor, I'm like, God, did this really just happen? Like, was this the warning? Actually, I left out something. What happened was the first warning that I thought it was. I had a situation with a teacher in school that had me arrested. And to be honest with you, I did nothing to this teacher. But she claimed to say that I twisted her wrist. But what happened with the teacher was that one day in school, I had 7 classes each day, I believe. So on the 6th class, my next class was right next door. So I told the substitute teacher, can I leave my book bag there because I won't need it? And he was like, okay, no problem with me. My next class, which was my Spanish class, class starts, and then I realized, wait, I need my homework. And I didn't do it on purpose. When I go back, people are like, oh, this teacher took it. I'm going to reserve the name. I'm like, why would she get it? And somebody told me that, I don't know why, she just did it to do it. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go to her office and get my book bag. When I go out there and I go to her office is closed. So I hit the corner to, I asked her, why do you have my book bag? And she wouldn't tell me why. She just said, oh, I'm taking it to the office. And I kept saying, why are you taking it to the office? It's my book bag. You will continue not to tell me why. So I said, no, you're not gonna take my book bag. And she said, oh yes, I will. So she's holding on to my book bag, and I grab my book bag, the string, and I start pulling finger by finger on her hand. And I was able to take my book bag off. So I took my book bag and I walked to the bathroom, and here she is dramatically, oh, my arm, oh, my wrist, oh, this, oh, that. And I swear to you in front of God that all I did was pull each finger because I didn't want to hurt her. So I took my book bag, I go, wait, because it was only like a couple minutes left after class was going to be done. So, you know, I just went in the bathroom. Nobody knows what happened. And then an administrator comes on and asks me simple question. If you stay here in the bus, you're suspended tomorrow. If you get off the bus, then we will call your parent and she will come here. And I said, nope, 30-minute ride home. I'd rather go home now. So he was like, okay. When I get home and I open that door, man, my mama was there. Man, did she yell at me. She told me that the teacher had called her that said this and that. I twisted her wrist. She's hurt. She's gonna go get it checked out from the doctor. So long story short, I go to court. The court gives me a lawyer. The lawyer knows her. And he asked me, oh, I know her. Why didn't you just let her keep your book bag and take it and check it out? And I said, because why? There was no reason to. And then he tells me that there was a phone stolen. And I said, well, look, if she would have told me that there was a phone stolen, I would have said, okay, let's go to the office. I'll go with you and you guys can check my book bag because there's nothing there. No, she never did that. So that's where she was wrong. You know, we go to court. I'm all cleared. All my whatever I had was cleared next week after that. Because I was suspended for a week, I believe. And then after I came back to school, I had to do the discipline over the law, which was like they handcuffed me and took me. Anyway, that's what I thought the warning was. So when I was on the floor, I said, so this is the warning that you were talking about, God. Like, I'm in shock. So when I'm on the floor, I try to get up, and it was like, you know when you're sleeping and you have your eyes open and you can't move at all? Like you're just, you know, paralyzed? That's how I felt. So I tried to get my strength again, and I was able to like move a little bit, but then I fell back to the floor. I pushed myself up. I'm walking like barely walking, and I'm still trying to catch the bus because I know that my mom would have whooped my butt if I didn't catch it. And as I'm walking towards the bus, I see the people that just got off the bus running towards me. Oh my God, are you okay? Are you okay? And I'm like, yes, I just have to catch the bus. I'm good. I'm fine. And the people grabbed me and pulled me to the sidewalk, and like, it was funny because like they dragged me to the floor and said, no, you have to lay down. You just got hit. And I'm like, no, I'm okay. And then I heard one of the girls say, oh my God, she's bleeding. And I'm like, what, where? And they're like, your chin. And I go like this. I look at the blood, and that's when I start crying, and I'm shaking, and I was like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening to me. They call my mom, they tell her, and they put her on the phone, and she's like, all peaceful. I told you this was gonna happen. I'm over here like, aren't you crying or something that I got hit by a car trying to catch the bus? Like, hello? Where's my mom at? Like, I was just crying, Mom, I got hit by a car. And she's like, well, I'm gonna see when your stepdaddy comes home, because I'm not trying to go over there real fast. And we're gonna eat first, and then I'm gonna see what time he wants to go over there. Mom, like, are you serious? But I was like, all right, Mom, all right, you know, I'll call you. I'll let you know what hospital I'm at. All right, whatever. All right. So I did not know anybody there, but God was there because I felt so much love and support from everybody. Like, seriously, like, I'm not being racist, but look, this is why racism is also bad, because everybody that was there was white. And look, they helped me. They were there for me, and I'm so grateful for them because I didn't know anybody. And I felt like crying, like telling them, yo, thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Because I saw other people and they just kept walking like nothing happened. But no, more white people kept stopping. They pulled over to see what was going on. They kept asking me, are you okay? But anyway, forget it if it was white or black or whatever. It doesn't matter. Thing is, I did not know none of them. None of them went to my school. So police pulls up, and it was the one that checked me out. And he was like, I know her. I started crying even more, man. Like, dude, what is wrong with you? Anyway, you know, the ambulance come. I wasn't allowed to move at all. They picked me up. They put this brace. Man, they did not put a freaking band-aid here. So the brace was like scratching. And this was opened. I didn't need stitches, but it was scraped so much. Like, I could feel the scrapeness. So anyway, I'm in the ambulance. You know, they're asking me all these questions, I'm answering them. I get to the hospital, blah, 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 fast forwarding it. So they have a room for me yet. So they had me on like the side, and I was just sitting there. I had no phone. I couldn't move. I was bored. I was just staring at the ceiling and thinking everything would happen that day. I was regretting me going there. I was regretting letting the people hang out with me, because sometimes I would go and come back and I wouldn't get caught. Like, there was one teacher that knew I would do that and they wouldn't care. Like, you know, because they knew for that type of stuff, I was good, knowing that I have to come back to school. So, hours pass by. Then I see a face pop up. It was my mother. I started crying. She wasn't crying at all. I was like, dang, Mom, not even a tear. Like, anyway, we spoke, and she told me, you know, this was the warning that God said, right? And I said, I know. And, you know, I couldn't do nothing else about it. Like, anyway, we spoke, and she told me, you know, this was the warning that God said, right? And I said, I know. And, you know, I couldn't do nothing else about it. Like, I was in the bed, and that, you know, I couldn't move. So that was a warning. After that day happened, my attitude of me getting in trouble in school every single day, literally every single day, me getting detentions, suspended, all that was done. Completely done. And so that was a warning. After that day happened, my attitude of me getting in trouble in school every single day, literally every single day, me getting detentions, suspended, all that was done. Completely done. And that was a warning. After that day happened, my attitude of me getting in trouble in school every single day, literally every single day, me getting detentions, suspended, all that was done. Completely done. Thank God, because if that would have never happened to me, I wouldn't focus on school, and I would have kept hanging out with the wrong people and doing wrong things that I know I wasn't supposed to. This is why on Snapchat and Instagram I said that I was one of those that said, oh, I'm Christian, but I did this and that. You can judge me because of my past, but hey, judge me now. I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't skip school. I graduated because I did it for me, for God, and for my mom. Because I wanted to prove to people that I know how to make it, and I made it. I'm not pregnant, got 0 kids, I'm not an addict, I'm in a process of going to college, or you know, I'm ready to do my next step in life. So the reason I'm saying this testimony is, guys, girls, don't wait for God to give you a warning for you to focus on Him, for you to realize that He's real. Because if I would have known that this was gonna happen to me, I would have got to what I had to do and stopped skipping class and all that stuff. Because I didn't want to. Who wants to get hit by a car? Like, come on now. So, this is me finishing up the video. I hope that this impacted anybody's life. Like I said, if you need advice, you guys have my Snapchat. You guys have my Instagram. If you guys need anybody to talk to, you can speak to me, because this is one video of many videos that I'm going to be creating. So I just want to end this video by saying God bless everyone. If nobody wants to believe me, hey, that's on you. Jesus was criticized. Look where He's at now, and He's in heaven. So I'm Gucci. So good night. Saying goodnight because I believe it is 1:30 in the morning right now. I was editing and finishing everything for you guys. So good night, God bless, take care, to be continued.